What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our SEC football channel. And our 2019 college football schedule previews continue with the Ole Miss Rebels. You can see their schedule on your screen, and it's a fairly difficult schedule when you look at the games in the non-conference. You got Memphis on the road. You've got Cal on there as well. So you've got two games that are not going to be easy wins. I think that's good for most teams, but if you're a team like Ole Miss that's just trying to get to a bowl game, I know they schedule these games way in advance, but it would be nice if you just had four really easy non-conference games, honestly, if you're Ole Miss, because this team lost a lot from last year. Jordan Ta'amu is gone. Those are three of their best receivers, tight end, several on the offensive line. 5 players in the secondary are gone. I mean, they really are wiped out. I know Matt Corral, there's a lot of hype for him coming into this season at quarterback, and perhaps he can live up to that hype, but there are other areas on this team that I'm concerned about. So I think Ole Miss is going to struggle this season, honestly. I think getting to a bowl game would be a huge win. I think if they can do that, it would be a very successful season. Again, we open up with Memphis on the road. That will be a tough matchup. Arkansas is going to be better this year, but they get them at home, so that's a game they might can win. Southeast Louisiana after that, California after that. On the road at Alabama, obviously going to be tough to win that game. Then you have Vanderbilt on the road at Missouri, Texas A&M at Auburn, New Mexico State, LSU, and Mississippi State on the road. And they do not get a bye week until the week before that Auburn game. Both of their bye weeks are late in the season. They have one before the Auburn game and one before the Mississippi State game, which of course is on a Thursday night, so it's always nice to get a bye week before that game. But just a difficult schedule for a team like Ole Miss. You know, it's not the most difficult schedule in the country, but for a team like Ole Miss, this is just not really how you want it to go when you have a couple of tough non-conference games. Vanderbilt out of the East, that's a nice draw, and then you have Missouri, so at least you're avoiding Georgia and Florida. That's the good news. But again, I think each and every one of these games just about is going to be tough to get a win in if you're Ole Miss. We can give them a couple of easy wins, though, and that is the Southeast Louisiana game and the New Mexico State game. So we'll give them those 2 wins. They should be able to win those. New Mexico State might not be a 50-0 win, but they should be able to win at least by a couple of touchdowns. But then you look through the rest of the schedule and you say, how do we get to a bowl game? Because I think it's going to be tough. Memphis on the road is going to be tough. They will have to win that game. Arkansas at home, they will have to win that game. Then you've got Cal at home. I think they have to win that game. So they've got to start off 4-0. They're not going to beat Alabama. And then they have the big game against Vanderbilt. That one is a game that they have to win. To me, you've got to beat Memphis, Arkansas, Cal, and Vanderbilt to get to a bowl game, because I don't see this team going on the road and beating Missouri. I don't see them beating Texas A&M. I don't see them beating Auburn and Jordan-Hare. I don't see them beating LSU, and I don't really see them winning the Egg Bowl. But perhaps they do win one of those games. Perhaps they pull off an upset. Even still, I think it's going to be tough to beat Memphis, Arkansas, Cal, and Vanderbilt. I think they could easily lose one of those games. So I think a projected win total for this team is between 4 and 6. Best case scenario for me is 6-6 and going to a bowl game. Again, there are just too many losses. The schedule is just too difficult, and I don't see this team winning more than 6 games. Again, that would be best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you beat Southeast Louisiana, you beat New Mexico State, and then out of those 4 games, Memphis, Arkansas, Cal, and Vanderbilt, you split. I think they're good enough to split those games. I think they can win 2 of those games. So I think you at least get to 4 wins, but you're going to need to probably win them all or pull off an upset to get to 6-6 and get to a bowl game. So I think that's going to be a challenge. Obviously, if we're going to go with the average here and project a record, it would be 5-7 for Ole Miss. And I think it's more likely that they go 4-8 than it is they go 6-6, honestly, because I don't know that they can win those 4 games. I just think that's going to be tough. Maybe they do it. Maybe they surprise me. Perhaps some of their younger players step up and they play in a big way. But looking at it right now, again, I think it's going to be tough to get to that 6-win mark. We'll see what happens, though. There's always surprises in college football. Remember, Virginia and Syracuse, 2 teams that I didn't have getting anywhere near a bowl game. I think I had them at like 4-8. I might have had them at 5-7. I can't remember. Both teams had really good seasons, so perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps Ole Miss can get it done, but I think their win total is going to be between 4 and 6. Thank you for watching this video. If you're an SEC football fan, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us your thoughts down in the comments below. And for the latest in SEC football, keep it right here.